Hey guys, it's Comic Chris here. Welcome to my review roundup of all the TV shows, superhero TV shows that happened this week. And I apologize for not posting as of late for the past week because I've been busy with uni stuff. So I haven't really had the time to make any videos. So yeah, I just wanna, for this video only, that I wanna do all the reviews combined instead of spacing them out. So yeah, let's begin on my reviews, starting with the Flash season 2 episode 11. And this week's episode of the Flash was the return of the Reverse Flash, and the we learn his origin. We learn how Eobard Thawne came to be, how he became to be the Reverse Flash. We learn why he hates the Flash. He hates him because it's basically like the comic book story of Eobard Thawne. It is basically straight from the comic. Like he idolized Flash in the future. Like he became obsessed. He replicated the accident that made Barry the Flash. So he goes back in time to see what time period the Flash is from. So and he finds out that his destiny is to become the Flash's greatest enemy. So that's why he is the Reverse Flash. That's why he becomes evil. So and I feel that I applaud them for sticking them. I applaud the writers for sticking to the story, to sticking to the source material. I feel that it does the character justice. It serves him well. And yeah, overall, oh yeah, before I just like Cisco, and once again that scream at the beginning of the episode, at towards the beginning of the episode, that scream where Harrison Wells in the Reverse Flash outfit, that scream. I was just laughing. It was so funny. Cisco once again steals the show. Well, he doesn't steal the show this one but he steals the moment he steals a moment in that scene. And anyway, yeah. So basically, Cisco vibes that Harrison Wells, no, not Harrison Wells, Eobard Thawne is still alive because Harrison Wells, he creates these goggles that allows Cisco to see in the future. So and this affects Cisco's fate towards the end of the episode. We'll get to that later. But yeah, Cisco. So Barry, he fights Reverse Flash after Cisco vibes that Reverse Flash is about to kill Doctor McGee. So they track down him and they stop Reverse Flash from killing Doctor McGee. So yeah, they they see they we learn that the Reverse Flash, he wants to get back home. He wants Doctor McGee to build this time traveling thing that will send him back home. So yeah, they meet. The second time they meet, they fight, and then Barry wins. He captures Reverse Flash, and he explains his origin, and he says that no matter what happens, that Eobard Thawne, that he will always win, that Barry cannot stop him no matter what he does. And we see that Cisco is being erased from existence because they are disrupting the timeline. We see that because they captured Reverse Flash, so therefore Reverse Flash is not, he could not go back in time. He cannot go back to the future, which will then lead to him going back in time to kill Barry's mother. And yeah, so that's why Cisco is being erased, because what happens this current time affects the whole timeline, if that makes sense. So they need so they tried to send Reverse Flash, they send Reverse Flash back to the future, so that Barry knows that no matter what he does, is his destiny, is his mother's destiny to always die. Like Harrison Wells said in season 1, no, that is his mother's destiny to die, no matter what happens. So yeah, overall, I like this episode. It was better than last week's episode. I'll give this episode maybe an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, so that's my review of the Flash season 2 episode 11. Now we're moving on to Arrow season 4 episode 11, and this was mainly a Diggle centric episode. It was about this organization called Shadowfire, who is trying to take over Argus, but they send out distractions here and there. But we find out that their end game is trying to take over Argus. And quite frankly, this what I really do not like about this episode is that I don't like that the fact that they killed off Amanda Waller. Nah, because it's just crystal clear that because of the movies, it's because of the upcoming Suicide Squad movie that they killed her off. And to me, I don't like that. It just cheapens the story. It doesn't make. I I just don't like it because it just doesn't make it doesn't make logical sense for the actual TV universe. Because why? Because Amanda Waller in the comics is a crucial character, especially for the Suicide Squad. They killed off Deathshot last year in season 3. Now they're killing off Amanda Waller. Next thing you know, they'll be getting rid of Deathstroke soon enough, because Deathstroke, he is a movie level villain. I have no doubt that he will appear in the DCEU at one point. So if they're using Deathstroke, then they might have to get rid of him in the Arrowverse as well. But Deathstroke being my favorite supervillain, I really want to see him back in Arrow, because, as I said, my favorite supervillain. So yeah, I'm kind of disappointed the way they killed off Amanda Waller, but we have to move on. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot, in the Flash episode, we had Barry. We had yeah, Patty. She figures out that Barry is the Flash in a smart, because obviously she's a detective, so she has to know that Barry's the Flash at some point. So instead, I thought that this was a good way to go. Instead of Barry just telling her that he's the Flash, I thought that having Patty investigate it herself, it makes her character stronger. Yeah, it makes her look better, and yeah, so I like that. And also we have Iris, and Wally, the side stories of this episode. Like Iris, Wally, he's reluctant to see his mother because he's angry at her that she didn't tell him about his father and his sister. So, but at the end of the episode, he forgives his mother, so he goes to see her. And yeah, that's basically the Wally West storyline of this episode. And we also, I can't believe I forgot to say this, we also got to see Jay Garrett's doppelganger. And Jay Garrett's doppelganger is actually Hunter Zolomon, because he was adopted as a child and they named him Hunter Zolomon. And to me, at first, I was like, Hunter Zolomon is Zoom. No, he's Zoom. But then it got me thinking, maybe not, because if you think about Hunter Zolomon, he's a Wally West villain. So I don't think they will use a Wally West villain for Barry Allen. So I think maybe if they want to pass on the Flash mantle to Wally West sometime in the future, in the future season, then yeah, Hunter Zolomon will be the villain. But I think this is a misdirect. So that's why I'm not really sure about Hunter Zolomon being this version of Zoom. So yeah, anyway, back to the Arrow episode. Yeah, so it was a Diggle-centric episode, like I said. To me personally, I feel that Andy Diggle, the actor who plays Andy Diggle, looks a lot like John Diggle. They actually look like brothers, except for the height. They look like brothers. Like the face, the eyebrows, the eyes, the skin tone. The only thing is the height. But apart from the height, they look like brothers. So that was, to me, a good casting choice. Yeah, I'm starting to like Andy Diggle more and more, but I feel that towards the end of the season, I feel like he's gonna turn on Diggle. He's gonna turn on Team Arrow. It just feels like, I don't know. It just feels he's still suspicious to me, but I'm still gonna give him a chance. He's good for now, but I feel he will turn at some point. And also throughout the episode, we see Felicity hallucinating her old self, her black hair, goth look self. Yeah, she doubts us she hallucinates that she's doubting herself. The hallucination of herself is basically trying to make her doubt herself, that she's trying to basically make her quit Team Arrow because it's not who she is. But at the end of the episode, Felicity, she accepts who she is and she rejoins Team Arrow because she left. She tells Oliver that she's no longer going to be a part of the team. But at the end of the episode, she comes to realize that she's a part of the team, that they need her help. So yeah, that's her arc of the episode. And we also learn at the end of the episode that the head of the Shadowfire organization is actually the boss, who I still can't remember his name, the boss from the flashback scenes of this season, the black dude. So I thought that's a good tie-in from the flashbacks to present day, because as we know, we haven't really got any tie-ins from flashback to present day since season 2. So yeah, I really, that was interesting. So we'll see where that storyline goes next week in terms of the flashbacks. So we'll see where that goes. So yeah, the next episode is Legends of Tomorrow, episode 1. No, sorry, episode 3, season 1. Yeah, and this episode was mainly a Dr. Stein episode, because we see that, because in the episode we have the current Dr. Stein, the one that we're used to. He meets his younger self. He meets his younger doctor's arrogant, good looking Dr. Stein. We see that Sarah Lance, he flirts with the younger version of him, and I thought that was a very funny moment. For me personally, Sarah Lance, Captain Cold, and Heatwave, they're my favorite characters on Legends of Tomorrow. So far, I like them. Sarah Lance, I've liked her. I liked her in Arrow, but Captain Cold, that guy, I like it. The actor who played him, I can't remember his name, but the actor who played it, I like him. He plays the role really well, and I just like the way he speaks, his tone of voice every time he opens his mouth. It just makes me smile. So yeah, so basically, yeah, the episode was about them trying to retrieve this nuclear weapon which Savage uses in the future, and they eventually get it through this bidding thing that they were at. But Vandal Savage, anticipates them. He anticipates Hawkman and Hawkgirl are near him, so he's suspicious of Captain Cold, Professor Stein, and Heatwave. No, and Adam, as they are all there in the bid, as they go to the bidding to try and retrieve the nuclear weapon, and they actually do. And we get a cameo from Damien Dark. So this is Damien Dark in 1975. So, and to me, I feel that maybe at the end of the season, might get an Arrow Legends of Tomorrow Flash team up between Team Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, and Flash versus Damien Dark, Vandal Savage, and Zoom. I feel that would be epic. In my opinion, that would be epic. But we'll see. We have to see. And yeah, so a cameo from Damien Dark, who's also trying to bid for the nuclear weapon. Vandal Savage anticipates that, and they start fighting, and then yeah. So Atom, like Ray Palmer, he drops a piece of his suit. Vandal Savage, he gives it to one of his helpers and tells them and he realizes that they're from the future. So this will disrupt the whole time, because now Savage knows that they are from the future. So he knows them from here until 2016, whenever they are. So yeah. So they get the tech back, because what's his name, Rip Hunter, he wants them that now that Savage has Ray Palmer's tech, he is able to build these weapons. Like, he shows them the future of Central City, and Central City is like gone, it's destroyed. So, but after they retrieve their tech back, that Central City is back to normal, so nothing to worry about. And yeah, back to this old Stein, young Stein storyline. Stein, he wants the young Stein to get back to go to this event where young Stein is due to go, because that's the moment where he will meet his future wife. So when he realizes that the young Stein, after being knocked out by Sarah Lance, follows them to the time traveling, whatever it's called, his ring disappears. So, but they managed to get him back there just in time. And Youngstein, I'm not sure if he knows that the current Stein, the one that we're used to, if that is him. I don't think they made it clear. He was suspicious, but it didn't make it really clear. So yeah, that's basically the whole story of Legends of Tomorrow season 1 episode 3. I liked it. I'll give it maybe a 8 out of 10. I liked it better than the pilot. I felt the pilot was a bit rushed. The origins was a bit rushed. This is the second half of the pilot, by the way. The first part, yeah, I thought it was a bit rushed. They could have spread it. They could have spaced it out a little bit more. The pacing was a bit too fast for my liking. It wasn't bad, but I liked it. But I like this one better. So maybe an 8, 8.5 out of 10. And the Flash also, yeah, maybe an 8.5, 9 out of 10. I forgot to give my ratings for that. So yeah, now we're moving on to Supergirl season 1 episode 11. I like this episode. It was a Martian Manhunter centric episode, and it was about Martian Manhunter versus the White Martian. We learn Martian Manhunter, his backstory, of how of how the White Martians, all of them, they slaughtered all the Martians, all the Green Martians, and I thought that was a very touching backstory, in my opinion. I thought we feel his emotion, we feel his devastation, and at the end of the episode, when they actually when it's Martian Hank Henshaw, aka John Jones, and the White Martian, like he has this choice to either kill the White Martian or let him live. But Supergirl and Alex, they talk him out of killing the White Martian, because they don't want him to become like him. They don't want him to be a murderer, because once he's a murderer, then his whole life will be gone like that. He will no longer be able to do what he does today. And I feel this is one of the best episodes of the season. Yeah, I really liked it. The action, the storytelling, the pacing, everything, I liked it. And Maxwell Lord, was he in this episode? I can't remember if it was in the episode. I don't think it was. Anyway, yeah, but it was like, so we had White Martian impersonating this lady who's testifying against aliens. So the White Martians, they come to attack, and then he impersonates as her, so that the DEO can hold her captive, because the White Martian feels that the DEO have a green Martian in their possession, and because he senses it or something like that. So yeah, she eventually finds out that John Jones is there. They start fighting. And then yeah, she escapes, and then the real lady of the person she was impersonating, so she goes back to them, like she holds her captive basically, and then Supergirl and Martian Manhunter, they track them down, they start fighting, and then the climax, yeah. So yeah, Martian Manhunter, he lets her go, but the White Martian, she is it he or she? I don't know. Let's just say he wants him that there are many to come, that there are many White Martians on their way. And to me, I think that's like a season finale, or maybe maybe even a season 2 plot. Like the White Martians could be like a season 2 big bad. We'll see where that plans out. But anyway, yeah, as I said, I like this episode. One of the best of the season, maybe an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, so yeah. Now moving on to Agent Carter season 2, episode 3. We find out that Dr. Wilkins is not dead. But he's only, I think he's like it's like he's this kind of invisible spirit that some sort. I don't know. I have to watch it again to see what it was. But yeah, they find out he's alive. We find out that Howard Stark, he's trying to cure Dr. Wilkins' invisibility, and yeah, that's basically his storyline of this episode. But the main focus of this episode was Whitney Frost, as Dr. Wilkins revealed that Whitney Frost was there the night of the Terrigen Mist, or whatever it was called. That Whitney Frost was also after it. That she knows what the mist is about, and we learn at the end of the episode that Whitney Frost is only her stage name. That it's not even her real name. I can't remember what the real name was, but Whitney Frost is only her stage name, and her real identity is actually a criminal. So now they're out to get Whitney Frost, but they need to prove what the leader of the SSR, he wants to find proof, and we see that he's also working with Whitney Frost's husband or some sort. That I feel that maybe he's kind of he's not bad, but he's working for bad people. I think eventually he'll turn on the good side, because there's this boss, like, I don't know what his name or something, but he's trying to get the leader of the SSR to help him with this thing that he's trying to do, this mission. He wants him to give him the CD that shows him the Terrigen Mist sucking in those people into it, or something like that. Anyway, yeah. So Peggy, yeah, she visits Whitney. She tells Whitney that she knows she was there the night of the incident. So Whitney, she's worried, she's concerned that Peggy's gonna be up in her business. So she goes to her husband. She basically lies to her husband. She wants her husband to help him into whatever plan she is trying to, whatever her end game is. She lies to him by stating that, by telling him that the people he works for, they don't want to get involved, because once they get involved, then something bad might happen. It wasn't this episode. I didn't really grasp a lot from this episode. I have to see it again, but yeah, that's basically the whole from what I got from this episode of Agent Carter. And oh yeah, and the last thing of that happened in this episode was Whitney Frost. Like at the end, she absorbed her manager through because we see that at the end of the first episode that the Terrigen Mist, it basically she's now in possession of the Terrigen Mist, like it's in her forehead and her head. So she tries to, throughout the episode, she's trying to cover it up, but at the end of the episode, her manager, we see that he has like feelings for her. He tries to kiss her, but she like reluctant. He holds her hand. She holds her hand, and then it's like she absorbs him into her body, and that's where we leave off the episode. And I'm excited to see where that storyline leads in the next episode. So yeah, I'll give this episode maybe an 8 out of 10. I wasn't really sure on some bits, but yeah, it was a pretty good episode. 8 out of 10. So yeah, that is my review of all of the superhero TV shows that were on this week. My favorite was either Arrow or Flash, one of those two. And I forgot to mention in Legends of Tomorrow, Hawkman, he dies through the hands of Vandal Savage. Hawkman dies because what the team tries to do, they try to get the Hawkgirl. She sees from her past that the knife Vandal Savage uses to kill her is in this house or something. So they try to get it, and we learn that it's actually where Vandal Savage lives. So Captain Cold, Heatwave, and Atom, they go to retrieve it, but Atom and Captain Cold, they are in a confliction. They get themselves trapped, and Vandal Savage nearly kills Heatwave. But the rest of the team comes in, intervenes, and they start fighting. And yeah, so the fight ends between Hawkman, Hawkgirl, and Vandal Savage. And Vandal Savage, like I said, kills Hawkman. But I think this version of Hawkman is dead, but he's gonna be back because the actor who plays him is due to be is listed to be in every episode of the season. So we'll see him from the future, from the past, and yeah. So I can't wait for the next week's episode of Legends of Tomorrow. And also we also learned that, because Stephen Amell, he tweeted that, he said that he's going to be appearing on Legends of Tomorrow as a version that we see him in the Dark Knight Returns storyline by Frank Miller. Like his arm is removed, his arm has come off. We see that he's old. We have his white goatee, and we also he also confirms that we're going to be seeing Connor Hawk. So yeah, I really can't wait to see what he will look like with one arm. I really can't wait to see his goatee. I really can't wait to see Connor Hawk. We'll see. I think that's in episode 6. So yeah, I can't wait for that. So yeah, anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy my videos. Don't forget to subscribe for more of my videos. I think my next video will probably be the Flash of my next episode of the Flash review. If not, maybe my top movies of the year, my most anticipated superhero movies list of the year. So be sure to subscribe to get those videos. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my videos. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys later.